So I'm going to show you using the example A, as you can see right here on this board. The first example requires us to write a rational number between -3 and 5. So I'm going to bring it down right here. -3 and 5 are the two numbers we are working on. -3 and the number 5. Yes. Now, if you imagine these two numbers on your number line, you would notice that between -3 and the number 5, numbers such as -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be between -3 and the number 5. So it is called selection because any of these numbers can be chosen to be your answer. So any of them is correct, okay? Just select anyone. That's correct. Any of them is correct. This is the selection method. But the formula method is different from this method. Here we are going to use the mean of these two numbers. Right here we are dealing just with two numbers, -3 and 5. So I'm going to call them n1 and n2. I'll add n1 and n2 together, and since they are just two numbers, I will divide them by 2. That will give me the number that is supposed to be in between them. So to do that, it simply has to do with adding -3 and 5 and then dividing the outcome by 2. This is going to give me the number 1. So it simply means that the answer to my problem is 1. So in this case, I've been able to get a definite answer 1 as the number in between -3 and 5. But in the selection method case, all the numbers are outlined from which I can select anyone. Whichever method you use is correct as long as the number you have selected has fulfilled the relation that says n1 must be less than the number you select, in this case 1, which is less than the final number, which in this case is 5. The second example is B, and the B says write 3 rational numbers between -2 and 7. I'm going to use two methods just like I used in the first case to show you exactly what these numbers are. So the numbers we're dealing with for question B are -2 and the number 7. First method is the selection method. So I'm going to begin by listing out all the numbers that fall between -2 and 3. So -2 is at the extreme left. The numbers that can fall in between are numbers such as -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Why the number 7 comes outside. So you notice here that -2 is actually less than any of these numbers, which I'm going to call n, in the bracket, which is also less than 7. So any of them that you choose will also be correct. Another way to solve this problem again is by using the formula method I showed you. So since the numbers we are dealing with are -2 and 7, we simply are going to take the mean of -2 and 7, and the mean will be -2 add 7 divide by 2. First, if I do this, it's going to lead me to 5 divided by 2. But the question says we should look for 3 numbers. For the first case, we select any 3 of them. For the second case, we've achieved this first of all. So we arrive at -2 now is less than 5. Second, less than 7. I need 2 more numbers. So you know what I'm going to do? I'll consider these 2 as 2 different numbers, and after that, whatever thing I arrive at will be at the center. Then I will consider these 2 differently as well. So let's do it. Considering -2 and 5 upon 2 together, their mean will be -2 add 5 over 2, divide everything you get by 2. In this case, I'm going to get half divide by 2, which is half times half. So I get 1/4. And considering 5 upon 2 and 7, 5 upon 2 add 7. Taking the mean, I divide by 2 also. In this case, I'm going to arrive at 2 times 7 is 14 plus 5 is 19. So 19 over 2 times half. This leads me to 19/4. So my final arrangement is now going to be -2 is less than 1/4, less than 5 upon 2, less than 19/4, less than 7. These are the 3 rational numbers that you can see right in between. So whichever method you applied is correct, but the most important thing is understand how to work it out and practice with question C.